Imagine waking up one morning and finding out that your favorite neighborhood store, the one your parents trusted, your grandparents depended on, is just gone. No warning, no farewell. Just shuttered doors, empty shelves, and a legacy, crumbling into dust. This isn't fiction. This is the real story of Sears. A company so powerful it was once called the Amazon of the 20th century. It sold everything from watches to houses. It built skyscrapers. It redefined American retail, and then it vanished. So what happened? Was it mismanagement? Greed? Or was Sears simply too big to survive? Today, we're diving deep into the brutal fall of America's favorite retail giant. And trust me, the truth is stranger than fiction. Welcome to BizWorld Explorer. Let's begin. The golden age in the late 19th century. Richard Sears, a modest watch salesman in Minnesota, joined forces with Alva Roebuck, a skilled watch repairman. Together, they did something radical. They mailed a catalog of goods to rural Americans. This catalog, first just a few dozen pages, let people living miles from a city shop order everything from tools to toys. That innovation turned Sears into a household name. As trains expanded across the country, so did Sears's reach. By the 1920s, the big book was hundreds of pages long. Sold cars, farm equipment, clothing, things people needed but couldn't easily reach. Then, in 1925, Sears opened its first brick-and-mortar store in Chicago. It was a hit. Families lined up to shop in person. And the stores soon eclipsed the mail catalog for sales. Through the 1950s and 60s, Sears grew unstoppable. It built iconic suburban department stores, offered in-house brands, and revolutionized retail with guaranteed returns and credit plans. By the early 1970s, Sears was America's largest retailer. In 1973, it opened the Sears Tower in downtown Chicago, the tallest building in the world at the time. At the peak, Sears represented the American dream, reliable, modern, and essential. Early cracks, but greatness can blind a company to change. By the late 1970s, cracks began to show. Walmart, founded in 1962, was already changing shopping with low prices and streamlined supply chains. Target started in 1962 to offer trendiness and design appeal. Meanwhile, Costco and Home Depot began to shift how people bought in bulk or specialized for homes. Sears reacted, but too slowly. Instead of investing in technology, store modernization, or adapting its stores, it launched unrelated ventures. In the 1980s, it bought financial services companies, expanded insurance arms, and pushed further into real estate. This drift away from core retail-focused corporate attention and resources away. From the stores that once made Sears famous, shoppers began to feel it. Dim aisles, dusty shelves, less informed sales staff. Competitors offered cleaner floors, brighter lighting, and better deals. By the mid-1980s, strong new retail brands were stealing market share. Sears was no longer the answer, it was an afterthought. The merger. Gamblin, 2004, 2005. Boston hedge fund manager Eddie Lampert entered the scene. Lampert was known for turning bankrupt Kmart around. He believed merging Sears with Kmart would create a $60 billion powerhouse. The idea: scale, cost efficiency, and a unified loyalty program. But the plan failed. First, the two chains had different cultures. Sears was seen as old-fashioned, Kmart as bargain basement. Shoppers didn't unite. Some were turned off by the merger. Second, headquarters heavy, streamlining cut jobs and eliminated store-level expertise. Third, Lampert focused on financial engineering, selling assets, raising loans, increasing debt rather than improving stores, supply lines, customer experience. By the late 2000s, Sears Kmart was losing money every quarter. Sales per store were down, inventory piled up, store closings became routine, and customers took notice. Digital defeat. Just as the company struggled, e-commerce exploded. Amazon, founded in 1994, quickly became the default online destination. By the mid-2010s, consumers expected fast shipping, easy returns, and a digital shopping experience. Sears tried launch Sears.com, mobile apps, and ship-from-store options. But its efforts felt disjointed and outdated. Web pages loaded slowly. Checkouts lagged. Mobile apps crashed. Meanwhile, Amazon and Walmart delivered groceries, electronics, and DIY kits, often for free. Sears seemed to be playing catch-up hand, losing constantly. Worse, Sears couldn't integrate online with in-store shopping. You couldn't easily order online and pick up in-store. You couldn't manage a seamless loyalty points system. It felt like two separate halves that never communicated. Customers grew frustrated. They abandoned the brand. Revenue dropped. Every year, stores reported fewer sales than the year before. Executive missteps and asset sales at the top. Lampert continued a controversial strategy: sell to survive. From 2010 onward, Sears sold off iconic brands. Craftsman tools went to Stanley Black and Decker in 2017. Kenmore kitchen appliances were spun off. Real estate holdings some stores. Distribution centers were transferred to Lampert's own real estate fund, Seritage Growth Properties. Yes, this raised cash. But each sale chipped away at Sears' identity. Craftsman tools were once synonymous with Sears quality. Kenmore appliances triggered trust with home buyers. Selling them felt like disconnecting parts of the body to stay alive. And when stores started disappearing, customer loyalty evaporated. Why shop at Sears if your community store is closed? It also made repairing stores difficult. With so few locations left and assets squeezed, there was no budget for investment. Stores aged further, inventory dried up, and staff morale plunged. Bankruptcy and collapse it all came to a head in October 2018. When Sears' parent company filed for bankruptcy protection, thousands of employees lost their jobs. Over 100. Stores shut doors that once buzzed with shoppers. Pension funds and suppliers languished unpaid. Brands once resting under the Sears umbrella quietly disappeared into other companies. Then came the final blow. Chapter 11: Liquidation. Many remaining. Stores closed. A handful survived under Lampert's control, but they functioned more like ghost stores: bare shelves, empty aisles, faded signage. On paper, Lampert tried to keep Sears alive. A shell of a company limps along mostly online. Minimal staff, minimal inventory. But this is not the retail giant America knew in its prime. What killed Sears? Lost core focus. Sears stopped being a good retailer. It became a financial instrument, chasing profits through asset sales and investment. Ignored the customer. Stores grew outdated, online systems failed, inventory dried up. A brand built on reliability turned unpredictable. Failed to adapt. As neighbors like Walmart and Amazon embraced efficiency, technology, and low prices, Sears stayed stagnant. Weak leadership. The merger with Kmart and years of asset sales weakened corporate identity and drained investment from stores. Fear of change. Sears clung to nostalgia: mail-order catalogs, in-store warranties, legacy brands. But those strengths became weaknesses. In a fast-changing market, lessons for the future. Sears' story isn't just about one company. It's a warning: innovation is essential. If you don't evolve, someone else will. Customer trust is gold. Once lost, it's nearly impossible to regain. Today's success is no promise of tomorrow. Even giants can stumble and fall fast. What if Sears had rebuilt its stores, revamped its website, and refocused on customer experience in the 2000s? Perhaps it would still be a household name. Instead, hunger for short-term cash consumed the company. And that was the incredible story of Sears, how America's favorite retail giant rose to power, and how it all came crashing down. Do you remember shopping at Sears? Maybe your first toolbox was a Craftsman set, or maybe your parents brought home a Kenmore fridge. Whatever your memory, we'd love to hear it. Share your story in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore more powerful business stories, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss a story that shaped the business world. This is BizWorld Explorer, where business meets history, and every rise and fall has a lesson. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next deep dive.